Hi everybody, welcome to the official Supercross Live pre-show fueled by Monster Energy. Kevin Barnett and Jim Holley out here in Las Vegas for the final round of this championship year here in 2012. Jim, a lot of racing going to go on here this weekend. We have, of course, points races for the East and the West Coast Regional Supercross Lights class, in addition to the Supercross Lights East-West Shootout and a regular SX race. But there's a lot of action happening in the points. Both championships wrapped up, but there's still stuff going on in the points for the lights.
Yeah, and you mentioned that East Coast. Normally, traditionally, they'll come out with the heat races. Well, the first race of the night at 7:30, when that gate drops, it's going to be the final round of the East on that lights side of things, and a great battle. A lot of guys are tied in the points, and I'm talking about Durham and Ken Roxon, right, as well as Blake Wharton. Those guys are right there in the hunt to see who's going to get second, third, and fourth in that championship. So that's going to be a great battle. Unfortunately, the next race is going to be the West, and that one's wrapped up. Eli Tomac got that last week, and there's not too many points battles, you know, that guys are going to be battling, but it's still going to be a great race. I mean, Marvin Muskin, he's still looking for his first win. You know, he's got a chance here, and remember last year here, Ken Roxon got his first win here in Vegas. So maybe Marvin Muskin can do it at the final round here in Las Vegas on that West Coast.
All right, that West Coast will be using that race as a warm-up for that East-West Shootout. Do you think these riders go through the year? I asked Eli Tomac about it a little bit. These guys go through the year and have that debate back and forth about East Coast, West Coast, who's better, giving guys grief for being on one side or the other, but then they get to come out here and settle it. Do you think they look forward to that?
I think so. I mean, this is that Dave Coombs Memorial East-West Shootout, you know, and it's been going on for 16 years. The East has 8 wins and the West has 8 wins. So this is going to be the tiebreaker on May 5th, 2012. You know, I think both coasts are hard. I mean, you know, there's always been that rivalry between East versus West. Oh, well, that guy wasn't there, this guy was there. But you know what? Anytime you can win an East-West Shootout and go head-to-head and you're the champion, hey, you know what? I'm the champion of that coast, but you know what? I am the East-West champion. Like I said, Sipes won it last year. We'll see who wins it this year.
Moving over to that Supercross class, last week it was all about Davey Millsaps, right down to 18 laps and 5 turns, as he put it, I think, in that press conference, and then Ryan Dungey came out with the win. We made a lot of the opportunity that was there for riders like a Millsaps or a Brayton to get up on top of the podium, or even a Metcalf, guys like that who've been looking for their first win, or maybe their first win in a while. This seems like another opportunity like that. Dungey's still the only guy really capable of dominating at the same level as some of those guys that are out.
Well, and traditionally here in Vegas, you know, the track's pretty tight. So if you can get a good start and you can check out like we saw Davey Millsaps do last weekend in Salt Lake, unfortunately for, you know, lappers got in his way and it cost him. But, you know, Dungey never gave up. You know, he was always pushing. But you'd mentioned Millsaps, you know, he's won them in the past. He knows what it's like. But the other guys who've been there ever so closely, and I'm talking about Brayton with some seconds and thirds, and Metcalf is yet to be on the podium. So yeah, Metcalf's got one more hurdle before he goes out and wins. But you know what? Hey, Metcalf rode here last year in the Monster Energy Cup, and he rode really well and finished up third. He knows this soil. Metcalf could come away with his first career win here, just like we saw Andrew Short do a few weeks back in Seattle.
Couple of big announcements here in Vegas. The extension of the Toyota deal, 2 more years, along with the Monster Energy Supercross, and also the 2013 season announced with Minneapolis, Ryan Dungey's home race, making it onto the schedule. So that's a big deal. Cross Club members, Cross Club at supercrossonline.com is free, and those members are going to get an opportunity to buy those tickets first for the 2013 season. And of course, we can't talk enough about Monster Energy Cup. It's all about Vegas now and Vegas again in October. And there's really a short list of guys who are not coming at this point. It's easier to name those guys, but there's a ton of big names that are going to be at that race.
Yeah, you know, I did an interview earlier with, you know, Ryan Villapoto. It's good to see him here in Vegas. He's walking around. The surgery's going good. And, you know, I expect he'll be here October 20th at Sandwich Stadium to defend the Monster Million. You know, he collected it last year. I think a lot of the riders saw the advantage that he had, as well as Dungey. I mean, Dungey finished up second, and that was a new bike. So a lot of guys are going to be on new equipment, new different teams. So it gives them a chance in the fall, October 20th, to get here, and why not come here to Vegas and win $1 million if you can, and test your equipment before the start of the 2013 season, Supercross season at Anaheim. I just think it's a win-win situation for the guys, you know, to get a chance to get out there on their 2013 equipment and test under race conditions.
This race is sold out, but if you missed out on this race, you still have an opportunity October 20th to enjoy the best riders in the world of Supercross here at this stadium, Sam Boyd, October 20th. It's going to be Monster Energy Cup. It's going to be huge. It's going to be a fantastic event, and you can get those tickets right now, 50% off until May 11th at Terrible Herbst and participating Food for Less locations. So get out and do that.
Yeah, you mentioned Terrible Herbst. I got gas there earlier today. So go to Terrible Herbst and 50% off the, because this race could sell out in October too. I mean, it's a sellout here, for the final, the Supercross season. And, I expect a lot of people to be here October 20th.
We'll have lots of great stuff for you all day here on supercrossonline.com. Tell us who you think is going to step forward and perhaps get their first podium or maybe their first win. Tell us, facebook.com/supercrosslive or twitter.com/supercrosslive, and get in the conversation with the TV crew. #SXOnSpeed. Of course, this event live on Speed. Going to be a great finish to the 2012 season. Kevin and Jim will have lots for you all day long.